Hi everyone, I'm Needlecraft Danny. This is flosstube number 129, and I'm here to show you everything I stitched on and everything I plan to stitch on next week. Because starting today, I'm going back to my normal rotation. So I actually have a few more projects to show you than I did last time. Last time was a bit of a special video for me because I only had 3 projects to show. I only had stitched on 3 projects and planned to stitch on exact those 3 projects once again. And therefore decided to take my time with those and talk a bit more in length about those projects. So that's what I did last time. This time I have a few more projects to show, so I'm not going to talk as much about them. But of course, I'm still going to tell you all the important things. Yeah, let's get started. So, first of all, let's start with my travel project, which is Sleepy Hollow by Glendon Place. Basically, travel project for me means whenever I leave the house and there might be the opportunity to stitch, I take this one with me. And yeah, if I get the opportunity, I'm happy and will stitch on it. Last week, I did stitch on it quite a bit at home because I wanted to finish a specific goal. And yeah, then I went back to work and took it with me once again. So let me show you a picture of what it looked like last time here. And I made really good progress on this one. So this is where I'm at right now. And I'm just so excited, so happy where I got to. So since you said last, I did finish all of the backstitching in those borders. The bottom part of the border was still missing its backstitching, so I did all of that. I did those spider webs in the corners, and I did all of the beads basically from here downwards in the border. That's one thing I wanted to do at home. And the second thing I wanted to do at home was stitch all of the krennic. So there was a bit more krennic in here in his cloak, and down here in the saddle, I think. So I wanted to do that at home as well because going to work and stuff, I just want to have the easiest possible stitching, and that means cotton threads. Because with krennic, you sometimes have the problem that it frays so much and you lose the needle, and especially with me taking it with me to work. Sometimes at work, I get the opportunity to stitch, but I have to be alert and ready to work basically any second. So I just have to put it down and start working. And with cotton threads, that's fine because the needle stays in and I don't lose any stitches or something like that. With krennic, I might lose the thread on my needle and never be able to rethread it again because krennic frays like crazy. Therefore, I just don't want to stitch with krennic while at work. But now all I have left to do are cotton cross stitches and backstitch. So I'm really happy. And when I was back at work, I then started stitching on the tree. I finished all the stitches in the tree. I finished all the stitches in his clothes. So there was a little bit more to do in his cloak. That's now all done. I finished everything in his boot and trousers. And I had a little bit of black left over that was needed over here in the cloak. And I did that over here in the horse. So yeah, I'm just really excited. Next step is basically to start backstitching at least a little bit. His cloak is ready to be backstitched, that part of his jacket. And then I will stitch all those surrounding stitches around his trousers, his boot, and probably the complete saddle as well to backstitch all of that. Then I move over to the tree, stitch the ground around it, backstitch the tree, and then move into the horse. Something like that. So really hoping to continue stitching on this one and do a lot of progress on this one moving forward. That would be amazing. It is stitched on a called for fabric, which is a 28 count casual linen in the colorway Haunted by Pictures Plus. And I'm stitching 2/2/4 crosses with the call for anchor colors. Needleminder is from Denka Designs. And yeah, I'm just so excited with this project. can't wait to get back to it. And I'm going to work tomorrow, so probably going back to working on it. Yeah, it looks amazing. And I can't wait to start with all those colors in the ground, all those greenish colors and stuff. They look pretty cool on the picture, so they probably look really cool on the fabric itself. So yeah, basically those greens, they look amazing on the bobbin and over here on the picture, and I really can't wait to go back to this. But I first want to stitch that saddle basically, and everything that I need to have stitched so that I will be able to backstitch all of the rider himself, and then I do the same thing down here in the tree. That's the plan. And last time I also showed you how many colors I could already leave at home because I don't need them anymore. Well, I do have a few more that I don't need anymore. So basically, I finished all the blues in his trousers. I finished the last colors in his boots and jacket. And I finished all the colors needed for the tree. So that's pretty cool. Really happy about that. Okay, that's been that. Then let's move to my challenge piece for the month of July, because the Full Coverage Fanatics Facebook group has the Tour de France challenge during July. Basically, you stitch along with the Tour de France. So depending how many kilometers they ride that day, that's the amount of stitches you stitch that day. And I'm using Norwegian Ship Under Sail, the small edition by Golden Kite for that challenge. And I show a picture of what it looked like last time here. And this is where I got to. So happy. I'm still up to date with the challenge, which is pretty amazing. Today, once again, is a rest day, which is also pretty amazing because the time I usually would spend stitching on this one for the challenge, I now spend doing my video. So yeah, since it's at last, I finished the column I was stitching on and started the next one. Did already do all the part threads in this next column. And now I have just to go through with all the stitches that are missing, all the colors that are still missing, and complete this column. And it looks so amazing. So absolutely amazing. And I can't wait to continue stitching, especially on this ship. I have one more column to do until I have the page finish and move down here. So I'm really looking forward to that. Although it is quite a bit of confetti in this ship, but it turns out amazing. So yeah, one more column and I will have a page finish, and this page will go a little bit faster, which is also nice. I think going forward this week, I don't have any days with 200 or more stitches. So I think between 130 and 190 stitches every day, except for today. So yeah, hopefully I will be able to actually finish those two columns. I'm not sure, but that would be pretty cool to finish those two and maybe move into the next one and have a page finish until I see you next. I might be falling behind because I do now have late shifts, and late shifts are never really good for stitching. So I do hope to at least finish that challenge for the day. And if I then don't have any time left for my main project of the day, that's life. But it would be pretty cool to at least be able to stay caught up with the challenge. This is stitched on an 18 count antique white Ada. I'm stitching 2/1 full crosses, needleminder from Denker Designs. And especially when I hold it back here and you can't see the column lines, it just looks so cool. I love it. Absolutely love it. Yeah, looks amazing. And I can't wait to get back to it, which I will be doing tomorrow to continue with my challenge. Yeah, I knew that with that project, I always have problems to get into it because it's just very confetti heavy, a very big roll of fabric, It's from a paper pattern, so it's a very complicated piece to stitch. And back in my first year of stitching, so back in 2019, I think it was the first time the Full Coverage Fanatics group did this Tour de France challenge. And I participated back then with this project as well in page number 1. And already back then, I loved this challenge for this project because it gave me the reason to stitch a little bit on it every day. Just gave me a stitch count goal that I had to reach every day. And after that, I could pack it away and move on to something else, something maybe a bit more fun. I don't want to say that because it is still fun, especially turning out like that, but it's not the easiest stitching. So yeah, I love this challenge for this project. Let's see how many more years I will stitch on this project, so how many times I will participate in the Full Coverage Fanatics Tour de France challenge with this project. Would be pretty cool to just know 5 pages of this project I finished with that same challenge in different years. That would be kind of cool. Okay, and the last project I have to show you was the one I stitch on every Monday. So I did stitch on it last Monday, and then I said I'm going to take it with me on vacation, and that just didn't happen. My friend and I just went away for one night, so I knew there was basically no stitching. And I was right. I think I backstitched one pumpkin on Sleepy Hollow on vacation. That was it. So 10 minutes. So it was a good idea to leave that project at home. But I did stitch on it that last Monday. I did my video, and a little bit tomorrow, this morning already, because once again it's Monday. I stitch on my oldest full coverage piece, and I stitch on a Golden Kate. Both is this project, Colorado Mountains by Golden Kate. And so this morning I had a little bit of time left before I needed to leave for work, so I decided to already start a little bit on this project. So let me show you a picture of what it looked like last time here. And this is where I got to. So basically, since you said last, I have finished this column, which I did last Monday, and then today I have started the next page, because that was a page finish. I've started the next page and started this next column in here, which is not that confetti heavy. So hopefully I will be able to finish that today, and it would be amazing, I really doubt it, but it would be amazing to maybe even start this next column. We will see about that. Normally after a column finish, I don't feel like continuing to stitch, so normally stuff like that just does not happen. Maybe I have to switch projects, we will see. So yeah, this is Colorado Mountains. It's stitched on 25 count, even reef. I'm stitching 2/1 10 stitch, needleminder from Danka Designs. And yeah, now going to continue stitching this page, hopefully finishing it soon. And then I move back up here in that page up here, which will be the last page of the first row, which I'm really looking forward to. So yeah, that's that. Don't know what else to say about this project. I think that's everything I can say. Yeah, as I said, it will come out today, and it will come out a little bit more later in the week, but I talk about that. I just wanted to say I talk about that in plans, but basically we arrived at plans. I showed you everything I'm planning to stitch on today. Sorry, I did stitch on last week, so we're at plans. I'm going to stitch on this one today for oldest full coverage piece and for Golden Kite, and also on Wednesday and Thursday, because in my rotation basically is Monday oldest full coverage piece, Tuesday oldest non-full coverage piece, Wednesday and Thursday I stitch on a Whipco project that was called that month. Whipco is a group on Facebook and an idea by Jessie Marie Destav. Basically a bingo board with your projects on there. I put my year-end goals in those squares, and every month 2 of those projects get called. And you try to finish your goals the month they are called, which for me just doesn't happen because they are year-end goals. But I try to at least stitch on them during the month they come up. So this month, 2 projects got called. One of those I have already finished my year-end goals, so I'm not going to stitch on it anymore. And the other one was Colorado Mountains. So every Wednesday and Thursday during July, I will stitch on Coloring Mountains again. So 3 days a week on this project. Hopefully that helps me to get closer to finish, because that is my year-end goal, to actually finish this project. Yeah, so today and Wednesday and Thursday I'm going to stitch on Coloring Mountains. Tomorrow, as I said, I stitch on my oldest non-full coverage piece. At the moment, that is Raven Queen by Mirabilia. That is going to be the finished piece, and I show you where I'm starting off tomorrow. Hopefully going to get to tomorrow. Tomorrow is basically the busiest day, I think, of the week. And yeah, therefore we will see how much I can actually do. But this will be my starting point. Basically, I have finished all of the background. Down here as well, I have finished the complete border. And now I just have to fill in her dress. A few stitches in her dress are already done because I needed those to do the back stitching, or I had some thread left on my needle and wanted to finish it. So those are those. But otherwise, I just have to fill in this dress, and I will start in the top, going from top to bottom, left to right, whichever symbol is missing. I'm going to do one length of thread before I then move on to the next symbol. There will be a lot of black. Pretty sure about that. But yeah, this is her. I bring the part I will be stitching on a little bit closer. So hopefully a lot of that will be filled in next time, but honestly, I really doubt it. She is stitched on 32 count gray linen, and I'm stitching 2/2 full crosses, needleminder from Denka Designs. And yeah, can't wait to get back to this one. It's been a few weeks, I think. I don't think I stitched on it during my vacation, so maybe 2 weeks of 2 Tuesdays basically without any stitching on Raven Queen, so it would be really nice to come back to it tomorrow, because this one as well I want to finish this year. So I have to stitch on it to finish it. Okay, so that's that. Then on Friday and Saturday, my rotation consists out of whip go, called, not finished. As I said, normally in a month, the projects get called. I'm not able to finish them. So I do have a wheel in the Tiny Decisions app with all the projects that are called but not finished yet. And then for Friday and Saturday, I draw the wheel. Spin the wheel is the word I was looking for. Spin the wheel and see what project gets picked for those 2 days. This week, Four Seasons by Heaven and Earth Designs got picked. Artwork is by Jacek Jaka. This is going to be the finished piece, and I show you my starting point, which with this one is always a little bit complicated because it is big. So this is my project for Friday and Saturday. This is the whole thing. Basically, I stitch this one in 20 by 20 blocks, moving over the whole width of the pattern before I then move one row down. And so far, I'm in my second row, as you might be able to see, and will be stitching on this block over here. Normally, I try to do at least one block. I'm always happy to do a little bit more. Not sure if that's going to work out, but at least one block would be pretty amazing. This is stitched on 25 count even weave, and I think it's a beige color. And I'm stitching 1/1 full crosses, needleminder from Denka Designs. And just to be clear, one block is also already pretty amazing, because one block are 400 stitches. So yeah, but I have 2 days. It would be amazing to do more than one block, because I still have to stitch on Norwegian ship. So yeah, that's that. I'm going to roll that later on because it is a little bit complicated with that big of fabric. And then on Sunday, in my rotation, I basically have a random day, which means a random one of my projects, but only those projects where I haven't finished my year-end goal yet. At the moment, I have 14 whips, and 5 of them, my year-end goal is already finished. So I have 9 projects in that Tiny Decisions wheel for Sunday. And this week, Star Keep the Frog Prince got chosen. It's also charted by Heaven and Earth Designs. The artwork is by Melanie Dallin. This is going to be the finished piece. And I once again show you where I'm at right now. So this is where I'm at. I lost my needle. This is where I'm at with this one. I'm stitching this one in 10 by 10 blocks on the diagonal. this is the right edge of the pattern. I have a lot of fabric left over, but I won't need that. This is the right edge of the pattern. And presently I'm stitching in this diagonal and will be continuing down here with that until I finish the diagonal, and that would also be my goal, to actually finish the diagonal. So next time I come back to this one, I can start a new one. It is stitched on 32 count light blue even weave. I'm stitching 2 over 110 stitch needleminder from Deca Designs. And yeah, this is Story Keep the Frog Prince. And I can't wait to get back into a phase and do more over here. But that's not going to happen this time. I first have to do all the background over here. And next time I hopefully can do a bit more in the face. Yeah, that's that. And that's everything I plan to stitch on. So hopefully next time I see you, I will have a lot of progress. I hope for a page finish and a diagonal finish and stuff like that. But I'm just not sure how much I will be actually able to do. Considering I still have to work, and also I still stitch on Norwegian ship under sail basically every day, and that takes a lot of time. So I'm hoping for a lot of progress, but we will see. It is also still summer, although the weather has been not quite that nice the last few days. I still hope to spend some time outside. So yeah, that's everything. I hope you liked it. I hope you enjoyed. And I will see you next Monday. Bye.